What's hood with you? This is Opinionated 3000. I am Mr. Opinionated. Let's jump right in and see what they got cooking. Or not.
So I remember listening to Drink Champs, and you had mentioned that there was a situation where the police tried to get you to testify against Puffy.
Yeah.
Was it over the shooting, the Shine shooting?
It was over the Shine. It was.
Were you in the club when that happened?
No. Here's what
I was like, yo, you really are everywhere.
Yeah, I'm usually everywhere. If I'm not there, somebody gonna put me there.
Right.
I did something wrong back in 97, 98, where a young lady had gave me some information on a credit card. It wasn't actually Puffy's credit card.
We talked about this. You you stole some jewelry.
Right. No, never stolen jewelry.
Well, you used his credit card to buy some jewelry.
No, never was even a credit card. See, that's to this day, people think it was a credit card.
My bad.
It was a fax machine that was sent over with numbers on it, his credit card number. We didn't actually have his credit card.
Okay.
Yeah, that's to make sure
All right. The story I heard was that he went over to Puff Daddy's house and stole a watch from him. But he claimed he didn't do it. One of his homeboys he brought over there stole the watch. That's the story I thought I heard. I could be wrong, but that's what I thought I heard. This is TK Kirkland. He's like legendary in the comedy industry. If you know anything about stand-up comedy and you like our culture, he's the guy to go to. This is the first dude I ever heard calling women bitches on stage. And he do it with a level of righteousness that it seems like that's what he's supposed to be doing. Shut up, bitch. Like that's the energy that he give. And he could be talking to a woman about why he called women bitches and call her 3-4 bitches while he explaining it. Or that's how he was back then. I haven't heard any of his recent stand-up, but I know that he's still strong in the business, though.
Technically use his credit card number to...
But it never got you. See, here's the tricky shit, right?
Okay.
The jewelry store that was involved never ran Puffy's credit card. They was in it for the publicity.
Oh,
they used it as a moment to shine.
Okay.
Because they was opportunists as well. And their opportunity was call the police. And when you see, if you can ever get the footage on it, right? The reporters, everything was in the jewelry store, interviewing the jeweler, showing the jewelry, etc. You got to remember, Jacob the jeweler was the man back then. But this store was competition to Jacob the jeweler. All right? So that's how that went.
I got it. Yeah.
Right. Now, when I got indicted, that's the word. Yep. I got indicted. I was supposed to turn myself in on a certain date. I ain't turned myself in the same day. I kept going around the country doing my shows and performing scared that the motherfuckers was going to come through the door and arrest me. Long story short, I get my attorneys, we all go. And when we go to the courthouse, and the judge is so mad at me, she reprimands me, a word I had never heard before to that day. So I want to go into Rikers.
Okay.
I'm in Rikers. While I'm at Rikers, a situation happens with a young man named Puffy Combs and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
And Sean.
Yeah.
They go to a club, and apparently the shooting happens, etc.
Yeah.
So next thing I know, the detectives is bringing me from Rikers Island back down to the jail called one Matt and Sentner, whatever the street is.
Central Booking.
Yeah. The CEO's like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's all this commotion. They want me to work with them to testify against Puffy Combs.
Okay, but you weren't there.
I would watch where it's going. They didn't care.
Huh.
They was gonna set Puffy up.
They want to put...
That just shows how dirty cops are. Like, even though they don't have the goods on you, they still willing to use somebody if that person is willing to lie and say that they know for a fact Puffy did this, this, and this. The police are just dirty, and y'all wonder why a lot of us have zero respect for them. And we see a lot of our people get locked up behind something they didn't do because a cop really wants to lock them up. So it don't matter if you did it or not. If they really want you, they gonna get you. Just in this situation, he wasn't going. TK Kirkland, he wasn't going. That's how he explains. I wasn't there. My opinion.
Put you in a place you weren't and say, I saw Puffy shoot a gun.
Exactly. That's exactly what they was doing.
That's crazy.
That's fucking insane.
Wow.
So they took me out every day. But you know me, I'm smart. So when we was going, I was getting blimpies and shit to eat every day. Like, cause you know, jail food's fucked up.
Oh, I know.
So they had me in the club and they was pointing to where Puffy was. You know, they was insinuating where I was supposed to be standing. So Puffy, he was here with the gun, and you was here, but you were, and I was feeling the answer. I was here. So right when they got ready to indict Puff, my attorneys came to me and said, TK, are you going to help the prosecution? And basically I said, nah, I'm good. Left it alone.
But you just admitted us snitching. Maybe they couldn't get the charges to stick and they could never indict him. It wasn't because you wasn't helping, though. You saying, okay, I was standing here, Puffy was there. You wasn't even there, but you admitting to being there. It sounds to me like you snitched and they still didn't have enough to make it stick, but you still played your part in it. Am I wrong? But that's what I'm getting from this situation. Let me back it up.
So right when they got ready to indict Puff, my attorneys came to me and said, TK, are you going to help the prosecution? And basically I said, nah, I'm good. Left it alone. But you were, and I was feeling the answer where Puffy was. You know, they was insinuating where I was supposed to be standing. So Puffy, he was here with the gun, and you was here, but you were, and I was feeling the answer. I was here. So right when they got ready to indict Puff, my attorneys came to me and said, TK, are you going to help the prosecution? And basically I said, nah, I'm good.
Okay. I wasn't tripping. You helped the prosecution. You just told them what they wanted to hear. But they might not have still had enough evidence. But you already made your statement. Yeah, I was standing right here. Puffy was over there. He was waving the gun. He slapped about 6 bitches. You still made whatever statement it was. They just didn't go through with the prosecution. But you worked with the prosecutors. All right.
Left it alone.
Okay.
Left it alone.
And the rest is history. So Puffy had to deal with Johnny Cochran, who was the attorney. Mm-hmm. And I got 5 years probation. But I used that as an opportunity to get something to eat and to do my thing. But as far as with the Puff thing, and even on that show, and I'm always going to say it on every show I do, what I did when I was a youngster, I truly, Mr. Puffy Combs, apologize for
snitching,
taking something that you worked hard for. Because what I've understood growing up as a man, even though I've always had money, I guess I was just a child not thinking. People work hard for their shit, and to take something from someone is just a real horrible thing. Like, I mean, look at me. I'm 60-something years old wearing over a $500,000 watch. I got a $200,000 car outside that you saw. That's beautiful.
Oh yeah. No, I love, because usually I have the hot car in the parking lot.
Yes.
You came in with I'm not going to say what kind it is, but it was more expensive than mine. Same thing with Dion Cole. He rolled up in something big.
Yes.
You know, and I love that. Like to see
Mhm.
my guests come in and see them, you know, especially like my repeat guests, like you and Dion.
Yes.
Every time I see them, they level up,
Yes.
they level
Right,
up, they
right.
level up. I'm like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So just living and I worked hard.
Yeah.
I worked motherfucking hard. This is a lot of traveling.
I won't take away from the work that he put in and everything, because he has proven himself to be one of the greats. That don't mean you didn't snitch, though. You snitched, and they just didn't use what you were snitching about. But you admitted to snitching. If I'm wrong, point it out. Y'all let me know. This Opinionated 3 Stacks out.